The quickest way to determine if you need funding for your startup is to ask yourself two questions. One, can you get your first paying client before you purchase any expenses like inventory, equipment, supplies, etc.? Two, can your business income cover your business expenses while you're getting started, like that first month, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth? If the answer to either of these questions is no, then you need funding for your startup. Welcome to our first episode in our Startup Loan School series. My name is Portia, and I am going to be bringing you 6 years of expertise in every single episode. So make sure if you are enjoying the content, you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. So what is startup funding? It's basically the money that you need to get your business off the ground. This money can come from yourself, your community, investors, and financing. We're going to dive deeper into these 4 options in the next episode where we discuss your funding options. But right now, the only thing that you need to know is that when you need funding for your startup, it's either going to come from you or it's going to come from other people. Now, how much money do you need to get your business started? That's going to be determined by 2 factors. 1, what industry are you going into? And 2, how big are you trying to go? So there are certain industries that have cost of goods. And if your industry does have cost of goods, then most likely you're going to have higher startup costs to get your business off the ground versus a straight service company, for example, like a consultant agency. Like, how much do you really think it takes to get a consultant agency off the ground versus a clothing business? So keep this in mind when you're determining which industry you want to get started with. Next, how big are you trying to go? So do you want a home-based business or do you need a commercial location? Do you want to be a one-man or one-woman band, or do you want employees to get started with? Do you want to make every product as it's ordered, or do you want a bulk of inventory? Do you want to get started slow, or do you want to put a lot of money into marketing? Do you want to be an independent business, or do you want to buy into a franchise? Ask yourself all of these questions to really understand how big you want to go and therefore how much money you need to get started. And just remember, starting small does mean less expenses. It also means slower growth, but going too quickly can also make pitfalls less visible. So make sure you're asking yourself these 4 questions, and you're going to determine if you need funding for your startup and how much funding you need for your startup. And then you can head over to the next video in this series where we're going to discuss all of your startup funding options. I'll see you there.